Welcome to H2H, How to Hofstra, your personal guide to navigating college life on campus. I'm your host, Martha Morton, and we've got a great show for you today. We'll be getting an inside look from Professor Tarson, an experienced TV writer who now inspires and prepares students for careers in the industry. Producers Bradley, Sam, and Marissa took to Hofstra's campus to see what other exciting things students' professors have done in their areas of study.
One of the coolest things that one of my professors has done in the professional world is Geoff Tarson created Telemundo News.
Last semester I had a professor who was from Switzerland, but he came here to teach at Hofstra.
I'm pretty sure we had a physics teacher. He graduated from Stanford and his dad worked on the Manhattan Project.
What if I were to tell you that there's a professor here at Hofstra that's written for shows such as That's So Raven?
Oh, that's really cool.
That's So Raven? No way.
Really?
That's really cool.
That's
Wait,
sick.
really? Who?
Hi, I'm Geoff Tarson, and I'm a television writing professor here at Hofstra. I got my start in television writing. I had a writing partner, and she and I worked writing sketch comedy for ourselves here in the East Coast, of New York City. And we moved out to Los Angeles, and the first show I was hired for was a show called Suddenly Susan, which was on NBC. It was a sitcom. And then we worked on the first season of a show called That's So Raven, and we also did some freelance scripts for the spin-off of that, Corey in the House. And then we went into pilot writing, so we wrote a couple of pilots.
Having a professor who's been invested in the business for how long as Tarson is always a great help to students, as he's seen it all happen, been a part of it all happening. So with him bringing that to the table, it helps us learn about the real world and the real job force immensely. Plus, it's always cool telling your friends who aren't TV majors, like, hey, my professor wrote on That's So Raven. What'd your professor do?
The classes I teach here currently are Foundations in Television Writing. I teach the television producer, and I teach advanced sitcom writing. The class that I'm really excited about that I'm teaching right now is called The Writer's Room. The best part about teaching that course is, I think, giving students the opportunity to feel the energy and the experience of pitching ideas, getting immediate feedback, chiming in on other people's ideas, and I structure the class to be exactly like the TV writer's room experience. We're all around a big table as opposed to in chairs and with desks.
I would think that Professor Tarson's class has inspired me to go into writing. I was already inspired to go in, but I really wanted to see what it was like before I really made my choice into TV writing. And the class has definitely shown me how fun, but also how fulfilling it could be, because it's really fun to watch a story come together, and he shows us how it would work in the real world. So yes, for sure, he definitely inspired me to do that.
The best advice I can give to a student is keep writing, is write and write. And not just a whole lot of disparate ideas, but revise. I think writing is rewriting. How do I make this script the best it can be?
I'm sitting with Bradley Clarke, the Bradster, one of producers of Pros Before Profs. Bradley has been a student of Professor Tarson's and feels that the experience he brings to the classroom highly benefits Hofstra students. Bradley, what inspired you to pursue this professor highlight?
Well, I met Geoff last year. He actually appeared on a game show called Debt, and that's how I got introduced to him. And then I started learning more about his past, and something that I always am intrigued by is what professors have done in the past, and that's how I kind of got the name Pros Before Profs and kind of got this whole concept of this package. So when I learned that he used to write for all these different shows, I'm saying to myself, this would be great to highlight, especially to the School of Communications.
Right, that's so cool. Are there any lessons that you learned from Professor Tarson personally?
Sure. You may not think this, but sometimes I do get a little nervous presenting, especially in a large classroom, and sometimes I'll say to myself, I shouldn't pitch that, that's a bad idea. But one thing Geoff has taught me is no idea is a bad idea, especially in a writer's room setting, because the whole goal is to conglomerate ideas and make something out of them. So if anything Geoff has taught me is to just throw out ideas, you never know what will come of them.
Great, that's really good to remember. Thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure.
That's all we have for How to Hofstra, your personal guide to navigating life on campus. To watch more, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Martha Morton. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.